Hey guys, so I know what kinds of things you want to see. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, I don't want you to think that all I'm going to do is unboxing videos on this channel, but right now it's just sort of the way everything's working out. Now, I've been getting into Chinese locomotives lately, and I'm not entirely sure why. I know part of it is because I just like the way they look. I think they're interesting and they have some really great designs. Of course, until the advent of the internet, it was really difficult to find anything about Chinese locomotives, and it doesn't really seem like the hobby has become popular until fairly recently. I'm glad it has because this certainly gives me more options in terms of what I can run on my track. What I'm going to do today is unbox two Dongfeng 3 or DF3 locomotives. These were some of the early diesel staples of China Rail. They're actually a copy of a Soviet locomotive and designed to run in tandem, so one would be going forward and one would be going reverse. Now, they did this a lot in the Soviet Union, but it appears that in China this just really didn't happen very often. Now, these are produced by a company called Haidar in China. Haidar mostly does brass locomotives, but they wanted to make a quick foray, I guess, or at least test the waters in plastic locomotives, and this is one of two models that they eventually created in that medium. Being a company that works in brass, I can tell that this company wanted to basically simulate the quality of brass with plastic. In fact, this model is just simply one of the most detailed plastic models I've ever seen. If I were to see it on a shelf somewhere, I would probably guess that it was brass before I actually started tapping on it and touching it. You can look at the horns here. These are actually brass that are mounted in some sort of metal. The little, I guess these are grab irons on the roof, which are individual, and they're not molded in, right, to these little side grab irons. Basically, they were thinking brass when they made this thing. These little grills here, these exhaust vents, those are actually metal, and you can't really tell, right? But I can because I can touch them. In fact, the fan vent that's on the top that I'll turn around here to a little bit, that's also metal. I mean, it's just a lot of metal. You can kind of tell that they were thinking, man, we can do this in plastic and make it work. But for whatever reason, after an SS3 locomotive and this, they didn't seem to work in plastic anymore. I'm going to show you two here, but I actually have more coming in because I just happened to find a stash of new ones. These were produced a little while ago. I mean, I think some of them a decade ago, but these are brand new, and so I felt really lucky to be able to find them. DCC isn't terribly popular in China even now, but these are actually DCC ready. There's an 8-pin port. You pull out 4 screws from the bottom and it exposes a sub chassis. You actually have to unscrew the top of that sub chassis, and the 8-pin port is under there. Okay, here's the second one, and this is a special blue edition. It was used somewhere else, even though, the cars that it towed were green. The locomotive itself was blue, and I'll have to go look up the history of this a little bit more. I guess when it came to this blue locomotive, Haidar just couldn't give up their brass mindset, and they actually only made 1,000 of these. And I actually own 2 of them. This is one of them, and I haven't had a chance to actually get to the other ones yet because I've just been so excited. And I'm going to actually convert this one to DCC and run it before the green one, I believe. The blue one is effectively the same as the green one, except for the paint job. It has the same details, the same application. It's just gorgeous to look at. I guess I have some green consists, and I'm sort of debating which one I'm going to run more, but the fact that this is one of 1,000 makes me sort of proud to own it, and I'm going to go ahead and convert it here pretty soon. What's nice is the engine that these used is actually a direct copy of an American Alco / Fairbanks Morse engine, so I'm actually going to be able to get the correct sounds for it also. I'm going to have to kind of fine tune the horn and all that so that it's more Chinese-like, but I mean, I'm just really excited that I'm going to have one of these things running. I've actually seen some people embed smoke units underneath these exhaust ports. I just don't know where to find one small enough to do that. If I do get a chance to do it, though, I probably will. The effect is really, really cool. One thing about this module, though, it's just incredibly fragile. You can see that one of the horns is missing, and it was actually dangling, and I took it off before it became a problem. Anyway, here's the certificate that came with it, showing that I own number 400 of 1,000. And if you're wondering, within quotes it just says Special Blue Edition, and then the part below it just basically says that it's a Dongfeng 3 and it's a limited edition of 1,000. So there you go. And again, I promised that I'm working on some videos showing my trains running, and yes, I want you to enjoy those as much as I do. But for now, I just wanted to show you that I'm excited about this new set, and I'll see you later.